Exit to Outer Vegas. There we go. Freeside Northgate. Alright, now that we're done exploring things, let's actually go where our waypoint is telling us to.
This man's prices are steep, but I hear he's worth it.
I'm getting to that later. Alright, I just want to make sure Boona's with us. And yes, that kid is chasing a giant rat. Don't question it, it's just happening. So, I mean, you can imagine this, very 1950s-esque, 1940s. It's bustling streets, neon, fast life, luxurious life. And now it's, because the nuclear war, it kind of just got reduced to nothing. Alright. I mean, you can tell by, like, just the signs and the way the street lights are made that this was once, like, a very well-lit up city, and it was just beautiful and very 1950s, you know? And I don't know if there's a term for that, but beats me. And the Strip Northgate. For those of you who aren't familiar with the Strip in real life, this is like where all the hotels are.
You look new to Freeside,
Oh
so
gosh.
here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first.
Why wouldn't I want to go past the greeter?
Those bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter.
Fair enough. Thanks for the free advice. Who are you?
The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born.
Get it, Ben? What's your story, man?
I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher, crier, escort, gun for hire. Some of which I'm not proud of, but I do my best to help around town when needed. Exactly one of the reasons I got out of that job. Too many shifty characters looking to have someone else move their hot items.
By the way, I'm going through all of these in case people actually care.
My father ran a butcher shop here in town, but business went downhill when another vendor started selling this strange meat at half our prices. You're telling me, not long after my father's shop went under and he passed away from the loss, people around town started experiencing shakes. No one gets shakes like that unless they're eating human flesh. But no one would believe me. This sick bastard gradually went insane and passed away. Wasn't long before someone moved into the guy's place and found half-buried human remains in the crawl space. I didn't bother saying told you so. After a while, I made enough money to get a passport into Vegas. Back then, you could get approved for entry for a fraction of what it costs now. Well, I got a job working as a crier outside of the Tops, advertising for the local talent performing at the casino. That didn't last long. Well, being a suave young guy, I chatted up the ladies from time to time, and one of the manager's girls started to take a liking to me. I never touched the woman, but the jealous prick decided it was my time to go. He framed me by saying I'd stolen from the casino. Sure enough, a few grand was missing from the casino vault. I have to assume the bastard stole the funds and figured I was a convenient fall guy. Yeah, but what can you do? I was stripped of my casino apartment and all of my belongings and booted back into Freeside. From there, I didn't have a lot of career options, as my rep was destroyed. So the escort job sort of fell into my lap. No pun intended. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No, escort just sounds better than man-whore. Yep. I was damn good at my job, too. But after a while, I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit. When I quit the escort job, I had enough money to buy a pistol belt and some other gear. Bodyguards make a good, honest living, and I had the wits and physical build to handle most thugs. After saving a few tourists from trouble, I got a reputation for being a stand-up guy again, and after a decade, managed to save up enough to retire.
Welcome back, guys. I just wanted to go through all that. Goodbye. Now we're about to be talked to by this.
Submit to a credit check, or present your passport before proceeding to the gate. Trespassers will be shot.
So I've been told. Now, this is the fun part. Credit check, what's that for?
Admission to the Strip requires an official passport, or proof that you're a carrying the required minimum balance. These policies prevent less reputable persons from entering, and ensure a good time will be had by all who enter the strip.
Fair enough. You can either pay 2,000 caps, or you can just have a science of 80, know enough about computers, and just know this code.
Thank you, sir. You may proceed.
The way I see it is like, I just know enough about computers and the way that they're all wired that like that's just like a basic flaw, you know? Holy crap! Now that has happened every time, but I have never once seen them use grenade launchers for that. What? That is the most ridiculous thing I've ever seen. Okay, we're gonna get high again. Let's go into the strip. Oh my gosh! Love the music here.
Howdy, partner.
Hey, Victor.
You've come for a piece, haven't you? Welcome to New Vegas.
Now, I'd like to point out, this is actually a pretty raunchy city. This place looks amazing. Where do I start?
The place to get started is Lucky 38. See that big old tower shaped like a roulette spinner?
To our left.
That's where you find Mr. House, New Vegas's head honcho. And he's itching to make your acquaintance.
Alright, I'll go there straight off.
Yeah, partner. That's the spirit. He'll be waiting for you.
Alright, let's do this. And I can see he's just another standard Securitron. Wait a second.
Well, howdy, partner. Good to see you again.
Wait a
Boss
second.
is waiting for you upstairs, so get a move on.
I never noticed that before. Thank you, Victor.
I see you brought a friend. Sorry, partner, but they're going to have to stay outside.
No problem. I'll handle it myself.
Come back soon now.
Sorry about that, Boone. I didn't actually notice that they changed to two different people. That is so funny. Alright, welcome to the Lucky 38. Mr. House's private, like,
Where to, partner?
castle. Penthouse.
Penthouse 4.
Now, before we get into this conversation, this character is actually based off Marilyn Monroe.
Well, hello, sugar. Mr. House is waiting for you in his office.
No, I'm wrong. I don't remember who this is based off of. There was actually another one that was scrapped in the final product that was based off Marilyn Monroe. At least I believe so. Oh yeah, because, yeah, they don't look the same. Goodbye. We're not exactly going to ask about who she is. And here is Mr. House.
This meeting has been a long time coming, hasn't it? You've come a long ways, literally, and, I suspect, figuratively as well. I have to ask, now that you've reached your destination, what do you make of what you see?
I've never seen anything like this place. A city devoted to vice and sin. What's not to love? What the heck are you? Can we get down to business? I prefer the wasteland, to be honest. I've never seen anything like this place.
Of course you haven't. Vegas always was one of a kind. What you see down on the Strip is just a fraction of the city's former glory, and yet, more than an echo. I preserved its spirit. Or perhaps you were referring to the Lucky 38? The years haven't been kind to her, but still she manages to impress.
Why the VIP treatment? I'm just a courier.
Oh, don't be coy. You've been playing a high-stakes game ever since Victor dug you out of the ground. Don't be afraid to admit it.
Let's get down to business, then.
The business is this. One of my employees has stolen an item of extraordinary value from me, and I want it recovered. Simple enough.
What do you propose?
My only concern is the recovery of the platinum chip. What happens to Benny, I leave to your discretion. When you bring the chip to me, I will pay you 4 times the delivery bonus stipulated in your contract. How's that?
Freaking awesome. Dozen caps, I respect your terms.
Well enough. Return to me when you have the platinum chip in your possession. Any final matters for us to discuss?
I am going to actually be asking him questions, so if you're not interested in this, just skip ahead.
What did you wish to know?
Who exactly are you, Mr. House?
I am Robert Edwin House, President, CEO, and sole proprietor of the New Vegas Strip. I oversaw the city's renovations starting from 2274 onward. The three families are my employees. Before the Great War of 2077, I was the founder, president, and CEO of Robco Industries, a vast computer and robotics corporation.
You appear to be a computer, not a man.
Don't let the video screens and computer terminals fool you. I'm flesh and blood, not silicon.
Medicine 35. That's right, baby.
I see
Sorry.
You've made a study of the topic. My knowledge of the science of longevity would fill several textbooks. Perhaps after a decade or two of economic reconstruction, I can commercialize these technologies and offer them to others, such as yourself.
My apologies for skimming through that. I hadn't meant to. How have you stayed alive this entire time?
Let's just say it was very costly. But I was willing to make the sacrifices longevity entailed, financial and otherwise.
How did you establish New Vegas?
We can discuss this in greater detail at another time. Suffice it to say that when my Securitrons detected NCR scouts at Hoover Dam, I took action. I recruited a tribal force to supplement my Securitrons and renovated the Strip just in time to welcome the NCR as it marched into the region. Instead of war, a treaty was negotiated, and the money started to pour in.
Very shrewd. Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Tell me about the factions vying for New Vegas.
It's understandable that you'd be curious about this topic, but we'll hold off until the platinum chip has been recovered. What else did you want to know?
Fair enough. What is the platinum chip?
It's a very special item. There's nothing else like it in the entire world. It was lost a long time and difficult to find. That's all you need to know about it for this stage of our enterprise. Fulfill your contract, deliver the chip, and good things will come your way.
The more I know about the chip, the easier I can find it.
You might keep an eye out for any computers that Benny's been using. Maybe even a computer lab of some sort.
No, because we already know why. If the chip's survivable, why use a single courier to transport it? Well, think about it. Either we're a very highly trained person, or we were just a decoy, or there was more to the plan, you know? Why don't you send your robots into the tops to arrest Benny?
Frontal assaults on casinos? Not good for business. In any case, Benny would see it coming, and all he'd have to do is hold the chip up and point a pistol at it. Our foremost advantage is that Benny doesn't know that I know he has the chip. Let's not squander it.
Fair enough. Let's talk about something else.
What else did you want to know?
Goodbye.
Well enough. Be on your way.
And it is here that we'll be stopping the episode, so I'll see you guys in the next episode.